Hello! In today's video, I shall most possibly be starting the head gasket work on Rhiannon there. I'm just waiting for a message. And the deal was done on this car called Rhiannon. Look, these bikes aren't damaging that, by the way, they're just carefully resting their tyres against it. The time is currently 12 minutes past 10. 12 minutes past 10 to be more articulate. Obviously that's more than enough time to take this head off of that engine. But should I do it competitively? Should I try and do it within a particular time? 3 hours? 2 hours? No. 1 hour? No. How about 30 minutes? There's a chap next door reckons he's done it in 27 minutes. How about 28 minutes then? Nah, I'm just going to do it in my own time. The reason for that is obvious. Well, I want to do the job properly. Plus I need to remove a couple of obstacles out of the way. And I really don't want to be losing anything as I do it. So, I mean, what is the rush? Well, the rush could be that the sooner I get this job done, the sooner I can get this car out of the door, or out of the lockup, and for sale. Somebody's bound to want to buy it. And the other thing, of course, if I was to just strictly time myself with this, then I'm already 5 minutes in because of answering messages. I could ignore the messages, but I don't like to. And I do like to talk about why I'm not getting on with it. Which is why I'm not... Right, okay, yeah. (10:33) I am now deep in the dungeon looking for a part that's there in the black. Yeah, it's a tricky one, this. There, that's better. Right, now I might be able to get on. I am now going to make a start. But because my battery's a little bit low on my phone, I'm going to plug it in and simply get on without the urge to film any of it. After all I'm going to be doing to start with is jacking up the car and removing the coolant. You don't need to see that because it's not so exciting. That's taken me an hour. Now the coolant is out. Let's look at what to do next to see if this is possible to take that head off before the end of the month. To simply take the head off, it's not too bad. That has to come off, that has to come off, that has to come off. What else? That has to come off, yes. This has to come off. The exhaust manifold has to come off. The cam belt cover has to be removed. The cam belt has to come off. Because this car has air conditioning, the alternator also has to come off. So let's hope that's not a rounded tensioning bolt on that one. See the man in his puny little hands struggling to undo a little bolt there. Oh, he's going to have to give up and go to the garage next door and get a proper one. And at this point it's time to make a cup of tea because the last one went cold. The next job here, although it's not strictly necessary, is lining up the timing marks. And lock that into place, I can whip it off and it won't go anywhere. One thing slowing this down a little bit is that everything, all the bolts are all done up proper mechanic tight. They're kind of tight where they want to make sure it's not going to come off by accident. Not that it would anyway. It is unfortunately time to go, and I haven't even got the head off. Oh, how mildly embarrassing that is. I could explain why if you're prepared to hang on with this video for a bit longer. It's pretty clear to me that that head has been off or something, or all sorts of things have been off, and then put back together by the incredible Hulk's uncle. Engine mount's been done up enough so you need a breaker bar to undo them, fair enough. But the size of that breaker bar, I mean, that's for using on trucks, that thing. Other parts that I also needed to use a breaker bar with, maybe I'm just a weakling. Or maybe somebody's put it back together with the help of the incredible Hulk's uncle. And I already said that bit, didn't I? The difference between the car with aircon and the car without aircon is quite significant, really. But you might say, well, no, it's not really, because the one without is just the alternator lower down. Yeah, but you don't need to remove it. You don't need to do anything with that. You can take the belt off if you need to. But with this one, you do. You need to move it out of the way, and then all of the aircon pipes are in place. And because of that, I had to take out the radiator, which is fair enough. But do you know why I took out the radiator anyway? Because the cooling fan doesn't work, so that needs replacing anyway. And now, and as I've struggled to get the radiator out, I found that the pipes for the air conditioning are still in the way for taking the manifold off, not for undoing the bolts. So all the bolts are undone, but they won't slide forward far enough to come off. Yeah, so that means as far as I know, the aircon pipes have to be disconnected just to get the manifold off. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's certainly going to need an awful lot of bending otherwise. I'm not really too keen on bending aluminium pipes because they tend to break. The amount of pressure that's inside those pipes with the aircon gases is enough to cause a mini explosion. It could make you angry. Could make you look like the incredible Hulk's uncle. Normally I would be back off to work in the afternoon having done the school run, but today I can't because my wife's decided that she wants to go and see a band called Suede. What a silly name, Suede. Suede. Actually, that's great. It means I get an evening all by myself. But it means I can't continue with the car today. I've got to wait until tomorrow, which is ideal. But that because I can't do it tomorrow either, because I'm doing something else. I can't do it Sunday either, because I'm doing something else. So I've got to wait till Monday. Monday continues. And now for a rather fascinating, if completely irrelevant ending to this video, where I take lots of lovely red sky shots. Lovely. Moo cows. Lost two wheels there.